Okay, it is time to play some WoW. A weird time for me to start a stream, but at the same time, it is what it is. And the alternative would have been skipping a day. So here we are. I think. I don't know, I gotta double check. Are we live? Yes. Okay. Okay. What? Oh, never mind. I had someone targeted. I'm like, I'm summoning a Voidwalker? What? Okay. Damn. Hang on, I'll be right back. I forgot something and it must be grabbed. Okay, I'm back. Got my tea, got my water. And now we're actually ready to go. Okay, so previously on WoW, we had just kind of discovered more about Mystic enchants, which are a big deal on the Ascension servers. I gotta go obtain. Let's see. Let's see, what am I looking for? Yeah, okay, I have Ferocious Clarity right now. I want to go find... Which one is it? Yeah, one of the two. I think I want the Predator's Wrath combo more than Predator's Wrath focus first. But I guess if that one, you know, if one is way more likely to be obtained versus the other, then I guess I wouldn't really sweat it. Hey, welcome there, Hassan. As soon as I hear the name Hassan, I immediately think of dogs being electrocuted, unfortunately. That is an unfortunate association there. But hey, that's just how it goes. Okay, so what was I gonna do? Oh, yeah. And then for my legendary, I've already looked that up, and I have to go get that from the Barons. I want the Predator's Wrath, Wrathful Strikes, because that's obviously a big part of the other one. But first things first, it's Thanksgiving. Alright, so what am I supposed to do here? I'm supposed to make... I'm supposed to make turkey?
Greetings.
Well, how the hell do we do this?
Goodbye.
Oh, maybe the quest itself will say that. Can't get enough turkey. Turkey's hard to come by here. Wild turkeys, Tourist Fall Glades. Hey there. I have no idea how to say that name. But welcome. I'm gonna guess Mafer Lopez. Okay. How are we all doing? Okay, so where do I go to get the stuffing? You can buy the ingredients right there, right here. But where? Oh, here we go. That's, I see. I see. I was gonna say, what? Alright, so now... Oh my god, you need to be cooking level... Okay. Spice bread stuffing is at least an easier recipe to make. At least I can handle that for now. Alright. Oh, interesting. Okay, so make spice bread and then spice bread stuffing, and that'll get me some XP for cooking too, which is huge. Alright. What is it? Flour and spice?
Goodbye.
Okay, and then we need autumnal herbs. Okay. So I need to make 20 of these. I enjoy cooking in real life too, so it's always fun to be able to do this in a game. And I guess if you wanna... If you're really a big fan of, if you're really a big fan of Thanksgiving, you have to stock up on these cooking spices until before the holiday's over. Okay. But we will get all of our bread going here. Oh my god, what the fuck is this? Why does it take an hour to make spice bread? Oh, never mind. It's doing all 20 at once. Got it. I was confused for a second. I was like, dude, you gotta be kidding me. That's insane. But no, what a great time to have this holiday, because I was just thinking like, man, I gotta get my cooking leveled up, and I assume that this very easy to craft recipe will get me XP as I go too. Oh yeah, dude, my cooking XP levels are flying. I love seeing that. Alright, well, we'll just chill here and get this all squared away. Okay, just 5 more left to craft. Beautiful. Okay.
Greetings, traveler.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay. We gotta get the whole pilgrim's attire. Let's see, I guess if I can only get one. The hat is cool, but honestly the pilgrim's attire could be even more important. In the sense that because this is a chest. Okay, damn. So it could be could be potentially interesting. I thought it was a shirt. I was gonna say, if that's a shirt, that's really good for like creating a certain visual effect.
Be careful.
Damn. Okay, wait. There's 2 people eating over here. Okay. We've got the pass effect going on. And yeah, the cooldowns are all separate, which is nice. All right. Oops, wrong button. Oh yeah, dude. Getting things moving here. Oops, did I only eat 4 helpings of stuffing? I did. How dare I mess up like that? I wonder if how the achievement works, if you need a full table for it. There we go. Spirit of sharing. Okay, well that's the buff is mostly what you want for the XP gain.
How may I aid you? Goodbye.
Okay, so pumpkin pie needs 100 cooking. Okay. I should make a little bit more spice bread then.
Greetings. May the eternal sun shine upon you.
Profession times reduced. It doesn't seem to... Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem to need... You don't need to, like, do that first and then have it ready to go. I assume this should be enough to get up to cooking level 100, and then I can make the pie, and that'll get me even more levels, too. We're gonna be power leveling our cooking. I don't know if it'll be enough to carry us through all of it, but...
Traveler, be careful.
Okay. I wonder how much 100% movement speed mounts cost and what level you need to be to go get those. Oh yeah, and I also need to look up where I get the... Now it doesn't matter until I'm level 30 because it's part of the Predator's Wrath combo. But in 2 levels I do need to get that squared away.
Well met, traveler.
There we go, fly to Undercity. There's the turkeys, okay.
What now?
How do I... Can I only have 1 turkey at a time? No, I see. Some of them just don't drop turkey. Okay. Hey Fred, how's it going, dude? Yeah, it's an unusual time to stream, but like I was saying, I was like, well, I'm either gonna stream now or not stream. Might as well do it. But yeah, right now I'm working on Thanksgiving dinner. Oh damn, the turkeys are just out of range there. It's annoying. Okay. Is this where the phase occurs? Okay. Tracks the number of turkeys you've terminated. That turkey had a staff. Where did this turkey go? Let's see if my loot bot can loot turkeys for me or not. I have no idea what to do with the turkeys. So, let's see. You get the quests from the people outside of the capital cities. Now I don't know where they are here, but I'm gonna guess that they're probably over either in the courtyard area before you get into the city. Oh, what are you doing here, you bastard? This guy the defender of turkeys or some shit? Okay, so I have 7 turkeys. Elwyn Forest or Tirisfal Glades. Okay. That makes sense. Ah, here we go. Here's where I was gonna say, I bet it, I was gonna say, I bet it's over here, and sure enough, here it is.
What is it?
Spice bread stuffing. Oh, nice.
I am forsaken.
They have multiple quests here. Okay.
Farewell.
Mysterious arrow. Oh. Mysterious arrow, huh? That's gotta be a reference to Sylvanas, I bet. Turkey domination. There we go. Yeah, as soon as I get rage for a swipe, it's on, baby. Turkey Triumph, the Turkinator. I didn't realize there was a limit to this, but okay. This is so goofy, I love it. Looks like you played the wrong class for the event. Yeah, I mean, having the AoE definitely makes a big difference. Okay, I got plenty of turkeys. This is getting out of hand. Okay, so what am I even doing here? I got so distracted by the fact that I was a turkey murdering expert. Okay, we're out of cranberry chutney again. Ah, okay. Orgrimmar. Okay. Thunder Bluff. All right, Tirisfal pumpkins from the vendor over here. Who the fuck is the vendor that sells pumpkin vendor? Where are you? I don't want to murder any more turkeys if I don't have to.
I haven't got all
Okay.
day.
Oh, yeah, I see. They were selling cranberries at that other place. Got it. Okay. So, how do I pie? Okay, pumpkins and honey is all you need to make pie. All right.
I have exactly what you need.
Oh, the other thing you can, the other thing as well, Fred, is that this is if you are interested in the cooking profession, this is basically the time to power level it. Like, for example, I was at cooking 50 or something earlier. I'm at 105 because the spice bread is a very low level default recipe, but spice bread stuffing is a holiday recipe that's much higher level but still very easy to cook. Kind of same thing here as the pumpkin pies, really. Just watch the levels fly upwards. I guess it's also an easy source of XP. Now, granted, it's not much at these levels. But, like, if you were a level 1 character, you'd be power leveling, I think. Which is an interesting concept. Should I start an alt right now? Okay. Alright, so now I'm an expert chef. Pumpkin pie is still very good XP for me. And the cranberry chutney isn't till 160. Okay. So we will just go ahead and... Let's see, what is that? Oh wow, pumpkin pie. Damn, too bad it only has a duration of 7 days. 4% of your health and mana every second. That should be pretty efficient food, I would think. Hey, Lol, what's up, man? We are murdering turkeys and making pumpkin pie. Waiting to eat sushi for lunch? Well, that's also delicious, but why are you not eating 20 turkeys and 40 pieces of pumpkin pie? Oh yeah, so food buffs, some food is more generic, but food that has a more complex recipe or is harder to obtain will give you a 30-minute well-fed buff that will give you stats. That's kind of the real benefit. And like, for example, like raid quality cooking will be like, you know, a unique source of an extra 10% crit or something crazy. So it's not much, but it does add up. But you don't need, not everyone needs to have their personal cooking leveled up, because there are feasts that can be prepared, which is like a food item that 25 or 40 people can eat from at the same time. How am I supposed to eat 20 pieces of turkey? No, yeah, see, 20 whole turkeys. That's even worse. Well, yeah, you better get started. You got 7 days, lol. 7 days. 7 days to eat 20 whole turkeys. Alright, let's see if this... No, I'm still gaining a little... I still have a chance to gain XP from this because it's green, but I don't know... Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay. Until it turns gray, we should be able to get XP. And this is extremely cheap to cook. It's just that the chance of getting a level up is very, very low now. But if we get it to 180... Ah, damn, it already grayed out. Okay. Goblin deviled clams. Tangy clam meat. Oh. I can make those, I believe. Also, shouldn't there be a cook vendor or a cooking trainer around here, now that I think about it? Oops, I killed another turkey for no reason. Bountiful feast, hostess.
Well met.
Oh yeah, here we go.
What now?
Alright, so they don't have any new recipes for me, unfortunately. Okay, well let's keep on going for the rest of these. Thunderbluff. Bring 20 candied sweet potatoes above Undercity. Sweet potatoes come from Mulgore, right, okay. Cranberry chutney. Oh, the chutney comes from Durotar, okay. Oh, I thought I needed to be higher level. Okay, no, so I can do the... Yeah. No, this is awesome. Okay. So now we're going to go do the cranberry chutney. Honey and tangy. Yeah, okay, those are super, super cheap and easily available. Oh, while we're here, though, let's go over to Varamathras and turn in this quest, because that is a juice... That should be a juicy chunk of XP. Undercity is always one of my favorite. It's like, it's not the most convenient place to get around in, but it's one of the most thematically cool cities. It's also, this is one of the most dangerous places in hardcore as well, too. If you fuck up this elevator, you will die. And like, if you're like hugging the wall and start falling, the elevator moves at basically fall speed, so... I don't think you can't like catch up to it again. You just fall till you're dead. But again, that's part of the thing about...
Sweeping the bat pens with this broom is not befitting a Garrett. I've earned a little coin from this accursed job, and I'm willing to spend it on you.
Those dungeon quests are not necessary to grab from here because I have the item for it. Okay, Varamathras should be over here. Forgot about the elevator and got lost trying to leave this place for 2 hours. Yeah, definitely. That can happen when you're unfamiliar with it. I mean, I'm navigating this with relative ease because I'm familiar with it. But yeah, no, it's not lost on me how easy it is to become lost in here, and even then I'm still double checking shit. Wait, I also didn't go the right way. See? Yet again. I was gonna say, I don't think it connects over there, but I thought maybe it did. Alright. No, I need to go out to here. The Royal Dreadguard are here. There we go. This big old dreadlord.
How will this benefit me?
All right, cool 6,000 XP basically. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'll just what do you call? I'll manually run out because I was thinking my hearth is in Shadowprey Village, then I have to fly to Mulgore. I don't think that'll save me any time. I guess that would be the route to do. That would be the way to take it if I needed to AFK or something, but no, I don't. Looking at chat down there, Booty Pounder and Poundmaster just became friends in chat. The typical MMO stuff. Those doors are so small. If you're a Tauren on a Kodo, I don't think you can get out without dismounting. I mean, I've hit my head on a few doors as a troll on a raptor. There we go. I wasn't sitting comfortably because of the position of the mic, and I'm like, wait, why am I being retarded? I can just move the mic. That's what the whole boom arm is for. Okay. Oh yeah, the other thing to keep in mind as well here, on Ascension. Oh fuck, almost ran off the edge. Is that you don't need to actually wait for the Zeppelin itself. There we go. You just talk to the goblin. I don't know if the Zeppelin ever actually manually shows up or not. I guess it does. But yeah, nice little. You can do the same thing with boats as well at every dock. It's like if you just miss a boat, you're not waiting for like 10 or 15 minutes or whatever the fuck that used to be. And I mean, on one hand, it's like that is a real factor of immersion. But on the other hand, you know, well, if you want to, you can. If you don't want to, you just talk to the NPC.
How may I aid you? Go in.
Okay. What level do I need to be for level 200 cooking? Oh, and I have to be level 35? Well, ain't that some shit. Okay. So, well, that makes sense.
What is it?
I can at least get this bit of XP though. And hey, I'll take it. Going from level 50 cooking to 225 cooking with barely any effort while also getting holiday quests done. Works for me. %40 faster crafting in this zone. Well, that's nice. No, I won't be able to make the turkeys today, though. I'll have to level up more. But I can do the candied sweet potato at least. There we go. Had to make a little adjustment to the chair. Okay. What the fuck am I looking for? Oh yeah, let me see. So now... Oh, so I can learn the new recipe, but yeah, I do. That's not like a... Like, just like an old tooltip. That is definitely still part of the restriction. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, the pie goes to Thunderbluff. The cranberries that I just made go to the Undercity.
Greetings, traveler. Be careful.
Do I need to make spice bread again? Yeah, okay. I guess because I gathered that quest after I made the initial batch of spice bread. Okay.
You're in trouble now. Don't touch what you can't afford.
Okay, that's right. There's a Zeppelin to Thunderbluff over there. Perfect. So I guess, yeah, it'll make the most sense to go to Thunderbluff, do the candied sweet potato cooking there. Even though we will not, unfortunately, be able to get more cooking levels for now, but it's also not like we're wasting anything by not doing it, and it's a daily. The cooking is available for the entire duration of... Okay, Borean Tundra.
Hurry back.
Wait, really? Can we go there, or does the boat just never leave? Because, I mean, this is the Wrath client era, so... Anyway, I'm not gonna get lost in that right now. Especially since the boat might never move. It might just be permanently parked there.
Glad I could help.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so this...
What do you want?
So this person, for whatever reason, doesn't have instant transportation. Okay, well, that's new. Oh, wait, it is traveling on. I wonder where that takes you. Can you actually get to... Endgame PvP? But... I wonder if that's just revealing future plans? Because I was gonna say, I don't... Like, you can't even... They don't even have, Like, I don't even... You can't go to Hellfire yet, can you? Because I'm pretty sure this is all still limited to 60. But it's also hard to say for sure since this is like a custom modified thing built off of a later version of the game. Okay. There it is. I was gonna say, where's the fucking blimp? Wait, is that... No. It's a different blimp, isn't it?
What's up?
I wonder if the fucking blimp is ever gonna arrive. Oh, here's another one. But I think it's going to that station. Well, if I hadn't... It's a good thing I saw the Borean Tundra blimp take off, because otherwise I would have been like, maybe this Zeppelin stand has been retired under the systems in Ascension. Well... Hello? I guess in the meantime, I can also look up what I need. Predator's Wrath combo. Okay. There's this other dude waiting here too.
Welcome, friend.
I'm gonna go with no. I don't think this blimp is real. But I'm also kind of committed to, like, kind of want to investigate this. See, this person's over here too now. Oh, no, so that's the Borean Tundra blimp. I don't think this exists. I don't believe it does. I'll just get the Bat Rider, fuck it. Yep, as I hearth out. Yeah, same thing. That was, there we go. Oh, I wouldn't mind refreshing that, but then I have to sit for 15 minutes, and I don't want to do that. We'll fish this little spot real quick before we hit the flight path. It's got decent value to it. Plus we got the old, we got the gear set thing figured out. It turns out it was a UI bug. The symbol to see this, the symbol to see your, which slots were not toggled by the gear manager just didn't show up with LVUI installed. Just toggle the add-on off, reload UI, get the gear set up, toggle it back on. Easy enough.
Where would you like to fly to?
Anyway.
Farewell.
Shadow Prey to Thunder Bluff is a pretty quick flight too, which is the other thing that's convenient about that. Okay, while we're on the flight, let me pull this up. Okay. Alright, well that's good to know. So it's over in Ashen Vale. Really close to the Warsong Lumber Camp. Okay, cool. Well, we'll head there. Gather the rest of the pieces for this feral build to start popping off at 30. Now, is there something else I should run until I'm 30 though on feral? Guess it depends if I wanted to try to... Nah, even then I was thinking about PvP, but no, the other thing too is that... Yeah, you don't get Ferocious Bite or Pounce. Okay, so the 39 bracket should be pretty fun for me. But without Pounce and without Ferocious Bite, I don't know. Someone has a level 18 heroic item. What? Oh no, that tooltip was just fucked for them because it changed to my level too. Okay. What are we doing here again? Oh right, we're going into the holiday NPCs. Hang on, while I'm here. Ooh. Another bag. Yeah, my bank still doesn't have bag slots. And that's the other thing, those 12 slot bags can be obtained in that fishing area there. Now I've got more free bank space. Oh, and I guess while I'm here at the bank, let's see. Let's see, trade goods. Because you get lots of trade materials from that too. Nice, okay. Oops, I immediately wasted the potion. Anyway.
Be careful.
Given that those are actually for my current level range pretty much, I might as well have those on my bar in case I need them. Will I make it in time? Ooh, just barely made it. Dying isn't as annoying in Ascension as regular WoW, so it wouldn't have bothered me if I died. Would have been funny.
Looking for something special?
Okay.
May the eternal sun shine upon you. Well met. Go in peace.
Okay. Undercity, Undercity. Oh, right, and I bring the pie to... Oh, right, she's got this... Okay, it's because it's a daily. I was like, I don't see a gold question mark. But yes, I would not.
How may I aid you? Goodbye.
Alright, now I got my nice pilgrim hat. There we go. Now I can look like a pilgrim if I want to. Although I do have to get the boots. While I'm here, I'll deposit the turkey in my bank because I won't be able to do anything with it yet. Not only can I not... Like, I can't gain any XP, but I'm too low level to learn the the turkey recipe. Okay, so all of that goes to the Undercity then.
Well met. When mounted on the back of a Wind Rider, one sees that its reputation for strength and speed is well earned.
And then once I get that taken care of, over in the Barrens is where I have to go to get my legendary Mystic Enchant for Feral for level 30. Oh, and I should also figure out where I get Efflorescence. Let me ask in game. Cause it didn't pop up when I Googled it like the other ones did. Could be. I don't know if it's something you can only roll or if it's vendor only. Okay. Feralis. Okay. Well, that nails it down. I can look that up later then. So level 40 to 60 zone, I'll need an escort. By a tree running the road near the Yetis. Because if it's not a combat thing, I don't mind dying for it, but if I have to fight for it, then, well. It wasn't next to a mob, but getting to the spot. Okay, so it sounds like I'll be able to do it, which is great. That'll give us a little adventure to play around with. A little bit of excitement. Nice. Look at these useful players. Okay. Now, where was I? What was I doing? I'm going to Undercity again. All right. Okay. I was thinking I might as well refresh the buff while I'm here, but honestly, I'm gonna have to refresh this one first anyway. Oh, you know what I'll do though when it's time, when I go back to an inn? I'll alt-tab for...
I have work for once.
Alt-tab and like watch a video or something. There we go.
This had better be good.
All right, so Pilgrim's boots don't really do much to a troll, I see, but anyway.
Beware, enemies abound.
Remember. Hello.
Okay, I've collected all the appearances, so I can forget them if I want to now. But I'll worry about that when I don't have space.
Dark lady, watch over you. I'm listening. Trust no one.
I have to prepare 5 more pieces of pie. Might as well just do that real quick. Oh, I wonder what cooking fire I temporarily had that disappeared. That's funny. Okay, anyway. Got that. Oh, I see. You had to have someone targeted. Alright, there we go. That makes sense. It's been a while. So long I changed my name. How are you, pal? Hey! So, let's see. Mushy Shroom. You've got the little icon. I'm trying to remember who this would be, but anyway. Welcome back all the same. Oh, okay, okay. I was wondering if it was you, Enzi. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, so I'm participating in competitive Thanksgiving right now in World of Warcraft. Okay, let's see. So I have the cranberries, the stuffing, the pumpkin pie. Okay, so I need to get to the turkey chair and the sweet potato chair. It gives you a nice buff for 2 hours that increases your XP gained. Hey, well, thank you for that. So you can have your nitro? Awesome. That reminds me, I gotta see if my prime sub is ready to be used. Oops, killed a turkey unnecessarily. Such is life. I need potatoes. I'm in the stuffing chair. Okay, where's the potato chair? Here it is. Okay. There is the turkey chair. Okay. Yeah, I mean, if someone's never seen World of Warcraft before, this has to just look insane. But we're hanging out outside of a capital city. Oh, there we go. Acquire spirit of sharing from a complete bountiful table feast at every horde capital. Ah, I didn't know that was a thing. Well, that's good that I did that. Anyway, sweet. Alright, well, with that taken care of, I guess I should go right back to org and turn that in. Oh, I see. Well, thank you for the, resub then, all the more. If it costs real bucks rather than Bezos bucks. Thank you, thank you. How have you been in the world of gaming and content? Wait, is this the right Zeppelin? I think so.
Keep your nose clean in my...
There we go. This year had, for me, this year had certainly been a very, very busy one. Had to move twice earlier this year. Just local, like on island. I'm still in Maui. But, place I was living at suddenly didn't work. And then the new place I found seemed great, but I wasn't going to be able to get internet installed. And, that wasn't going to be a real option. I mean, there was shitty Wi-Fi there, but... yeah, trying to use shitty shared Wi-Fi would have not worked. But ended up finding an even better place for myself and Mooncake. Like, all things considered, it's a better place to live, and most importantly, I've got functional internet. You hit ranked champion leaderboard in Apex, need to do it 2 more times for the cool trail. Hey, well, grats, that's awesome. I have not played Apex for a hot minute now. I would be such a detriment to whoever I queue up with. But I have had some changes to things, like I'm currently using a mouse keyboard again, as opposed to being stuck in a reclined chair with only using controller gyro. So hey, that's certainly an upgrade. I'll take it. Okay, let me see if this inn qualifies. For some reason, this inn doesn't seem to work. I don't know why. Oh, you moved too? Well, hey, hope it was a good... hope the results of it are good. I think moving itself is always exhausting and a little bit stressful, but... you know, if you're happy where you're at, or at least happy to be out of the place you were previously, that can be pretty huge. Oh, across the country. Damn, okay, okay. Well, feel free to talk about it if you want, but like I don't want to pry about people's locations. I usually just kind of keep that low key by default unless they want to talk about it. Can't be too no, I mean, certainly being safe on the internet with that kind of stuff. You never know. It was chill. I'm a it was chill. I'm a minimalist. Everything fit in an SUV and took a road trip. Nice. Yeah, I'm fortunately not someone with a lot of material possessions. I was able to do it in a couple car trips even. I didn't even have a big beefy SUV to load up or anything. Although that being said, if you're driving, if you're doing a road trip as opposed to me where it was like a 35 minute drive, you're not doing multiple trips. Whereas in my case, doing multiple trips was just a day trip or just a day job. Yeah. No, I hear you. That's wise. In my case, I've already revealed quite a bit, so it wouldn't matter if I wanted to hide it, but yeah. I certainly don't hold that against anyone or think it's paranoid or anything, that's for sure. Oh, okay. Yeah, I gotta go transmog some armor. It's like to wear the stats of one gear but have it look like another piece of gear. Okay. So, does this... Why is it not... Where is it? Because I had the buff? Huh. There's supposed to be a little drink tankard that pops up. I guess I could log out in the inn. That's fine too. All right, let me log out and see if that fixes it. But yeah, having to rest in the inn for the rested buff it's a little bit tedious at times, but it's also kind of cool in the sense that it like fits the world. Okay. We'll see if that fixed it, and if not, we'll have to do a full relaunch. Gonna lurk now, gaming time. All right, well, hey, appreciate you stopping by, and good to catch up. Congrats on the move. And good luck in the, good luck on the games. Yeah, there we go. So now I am getting the rested buff properly. No idea what that was all about. Okay. Okay, let me see. Hey, Fred. Nice and situated. Login time. Nice, nice. The hell? Okay. Why the fuck does my YouTube look different? Oh, okay, here we go. Well, while I'm waiting to get that buff locked in, there's an update on Stop Killing Games. Let's see where this is at, because that's a big deal.
Gamers should have confidence in the right to access the games that they have paid to play.
That is a statement that just came from none other than the UK government. It was said out loud in Parliament. Just kinda crazy. So let me explain what's happened. Members of Parliament debated Stop Killing Games this week. They spoke for players and industry in equal measure, and suffice to say, their initial response had not been great. But this was their chance to get something real on the record, especially after the much bigger passage of the EU Citizens Initiative. But what nobody expected was for them to be this engaged with gaming discourse. We heard about Concord, about Lawbreakers, and even the Kaizo Mario world levels of the Grand Poo World Trilogy. Yes, these things were talked about in Parliament, but I think what matters the most is what they said about consumer protections, and that means today we have a major update and a lot to talk about. Now, you may remember those AI regulation battles we've been tracking on the channel. Well, when tech is meeting copyright law and all the different outlets are spinning these stories differently, it can be a nightmare where you can only be seeing part of the story. And that's where Ground News comes in. They're today's sponsor, they're awesome, and take a look at this. It's Udio's settlement with Universal Music. We see that 57 sources covered it, but only 12% right-leaning coverage. So you're missing how this plays politically.
I'm going to skip ahead.
And that is the plan that I use.
But Ground News is actually a goated service. If anyone cares about the news or keeping up with what's going on and not getting bullshitted by biased sources and all that.
Quick recap things. The UK petition wants to, quote, prohibit publishers irrevocably disabling video games they have already sold. The argument here is clear. Some games have design elements that render them
that's a good point, Fred. I wonder what that was even really about, honestly. It seems like I wonder if he looked into it at all, or if he was just being a dumbass if he was just being a contrarian for the sake of it, and then it got out of hand, and he's the kind of person, like Hassan, who can literally just never cede any ground. For some reason, these kind of narcissistic people, they can't just see, even if they hate it, even if they hate every aspect of having to go through this, they can't just see the value in just saying, fuck, I was wrong, my bad. They can't seem to see that the deny until you die does not actually change anyone's minds. You're not convincing anyone. You're not winning any optics by that. You're not winning anything by that.
Functional at a time that the publisher controls. However,
but yeah, I guess needless to say, I don't think Pirate Software is going to have a whole lot of clout in general and quite a lot of things these days.
Date has been provided at the time of sale, and that's the critical issue here. The petitioners call this planned obsolescence, and they tie it directly to right to repair and consumer ownership of products, which of course means it's going to be touching on a whole bunch of legislation. Now, this actually went real well. Just shy of 190,000 UK citizens signed the petition. Now that happened over 6 months, and there was a massive spike alongside the EU Citizens Initiative this summer. That's almost double the 100,000 target that mandates Parliament to debate the issue. Now, they had already responded at 10,000 signatures, and their response acknowledged concerns, but it planned no change. It was very much we confirm a receipt of your message. Yes. But really toothless. But the real thrust of that response was the government believing that existing consumer laws should apply to the problem and therefore no action would be needed. But with the 100k threshold crossed, they would now have to answer in Parliament, and that meant that MPs could articulate the issue more clearly and actually deal with the nuance. And rather shockingly, that's actually worked. On November 3rd, 2025, Parliament held the debate. Now,
okay, that's
for
better.
Our American audience, you may think of England Parliament and think of the famous chamber with the green benches. This did not happen in that room. These debates usually happen in smaller offices throughout the building with relatively few MPs attending.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, I know absolutely nothing about UK politics. I am surprised, I am just now learning that it doesn't actually take place at Hogwarts.
Now, the format is fairly straightforward. You have MPs speaking on behalf of the constituents who contact them about the petition, and that includes regular people and impacted shareholders like, say, industry bodies. Now, the debate ends with a UK government representative responding to all of the points raised.
his ground was covering post-mortem support for games going to push the cost of development too much and hinder a new release. At first, it sounds somewhat reasonable, but his role... Oh, that's right. Yeah. But his role in being quality control department rather than development at Blizzard, people start questioning credibility of his insights. Yeah, well, that makes sense. And in general, he really overstated his... You know, when he was first kind of getting clout in the world of content and social media, he was, you know, like, I'm a former government hacker, blah blah blah. Like he sounded so impressive. He's just a bullshitter. But yeah, now that rings a bell because I remember the guy Ross of Accursed Farms, the guy who started the whole stop killing games thing. He had directly addressed the claims raised by Pirate Software. He had directly addressed those, and it seems to me that he had basically dismantled the argument that he rose issue with. So it's the details are too foggy for me now, but between all the other issues regarding Pirate Software and his whole fall from grace, and I don't know that I didn't see this for a fact. I can't confirm this personally, but I did hear that Pirate Software's own father had at some point commented on the issues and basically called the guy an arrogant prick. And if that's really true, if that really happened, like, oh man, talk about just immediately getting owned. Like, you're done. Your argument's over.
That's ultimately the format, and ordinarily no legislative action would follow. Sometimes particularly resonant public issues managed to break through, but video games hadn't quite met that bar for a long time. But what was particularly notable about this debate, really when we watched it as well, was how the MPs were genuinely engaged, and actually engaged on a very personal level with the substance of the debate. Seriously, no one expected this level of engagement. Petition committee member Ben Goldsborough talked about the Kaizo Mario World stuff.
Now, I'll be the first to admit I cannot play Super Mario World Kaizo for toffee. Those levels are punishing, but I do enjoy watching streamers like Barbarous.
Dude, the fact that he even knows what that is incredible.
Creating, and this is the first time Hansard's going to have to write this down, the Grand Poo World trilogy and playing it live.
Yeah, that actually happened, and it's very weird in a world where what we usually expect is for the MPs to just have some scripts written by their aides. But no, we've apparently got many gamers, many genuine ones.
But on the issue of obsolescence, many people create private servers and play the games on these private servers. I myself am a big fan of Assassin's Creed, where many of the versions have been made obsolete by Ubisoft.
Bro, I thought he was just about to say, I myself am a big fan of Ascension WoW. Speaking of private servers, I was like, bro, are you serious?
Another one plays Victoria 2.
Even today, when I get the odd quiet evening, you'll still catch me playing.
Yeah, right. I've lived long enough to hear Mario Kaizo mentioned in a formal setting. Dude, it's weird becoming older in this world, especially if you're about my age, because well, I mean, I don't know how big the age range is, but like if you were around as this whole internet and all this stuff was unfolding, you probably know what a niche interest that was. Like, how many other kids in your average class would know the things you know, and how many family members did you have that you could even remotely discuss this stuff with? It's certainly times a changing. Hang on a sec, I gotta get this hoodie set up for Moonkit. Come here, Moon. Come here.
New trade networks on Victoria 2, optimizing traffic flow in cities' skylines.
And one MP's office had even engaged with Ross Scott of Accursed Farms. Quite wild.
Now, my office has corresponded with Ross, and I'm very grateful for the information he gave me ahead of the debate. He really is a champion of these issues.
And what we witnessed was this group, directed by their own interests and constituents, basically raising every point I think you guys would want to be considered in something like this. Things like, what even is it to own a video game? That actually came up quite early. They touched on some complex things as well.
That's really
like
important
private
stuff,
support for
honestly.
console games versus PC games, the locking of consoles by manufacturers after privacy detection. They argued that games with online functionality should have continuation methods past
Mooncake,
the
come
end
here.
of service, and that at minimum there should be clear standards for notice periods and refunds.
A recent example is Concord, a game released for PlayStation 5 and Windows in August 2024. Following a disappointing launch, Sony Interactive Entertainment made a commercial decision to shut it down. To their credit, they did
Quit being uncooperative.
Purchases, but this is not always the case. I know the honourable members will agree that where publishers fail to make the lifespan of the game clear at the point of sale, they must be held accountable.
They also mentioned some newly updated UK legislation requiring longevity explanations at purchase. Now, that was originally targeted at stuff like Ticketmaster sales, though obviously it's actually kind of relevant to how a lot of games are actually ran. And they even went into the gritty detail. Questions arose around, say, liability for online shutdowns whenever a company folds or a company gets acquired and what that actually means for a consumer. But the strongest and the most repeated argument was that consumer protections must now be strengthened. And they must be strengthened before the bad practices become fully entrenched.
So I would ask the Minister to review statutory protections in digital ownership and protect gamers in Colchester and elsewhere. Thank you.
Does the honourable member agree that government should ensure existing consumer protections keep pace with these changes so that people are not left out of pocket when digital services they rely on are switched off, often without warning?
That is what you love to hear, and the government's response...
Yeah, that's actually insane that that's happening in
much everything.
Political offices these days.
It might not exactly be what you'd want to hear. The government response covered substantial ground. After the usual pomp about revenue per year and player numbers, they went on to clearly state their position on a number of factors here. Basically, now that they've taken a stance on these things, action can actually be taken to perhaps change things. Let's go through them. They made their position fairly clear in preservation.
We welcome ongoing discussions between the industry, national museums, libraries and archives on developing standards for game preservation. And we encourage video game developers and publishers to continue considering preservation efforts when developing, releasing and supporting their games.
Not exactly great news for some supporters. They're also not going to mandate end-of-life support, despite that, of course, being exactly what most campaigners were asking for. They basically see that as stepping into the creative process, where they could essentially end up creating a lot of additional work for the smallest developers in a disproportionate way.
Whilst we do not think that mandating end-of-life plans for video games is proportionate or enforceable, we recognise the concerns of gamers about whether information on what they are purchasing is always sufficiently clear.
Now, that overarching take has been a common theme in most of our legislative coverage for this year, where there's a lot of pointing to financial, reputational, and regulatory risks, and the idea that ultimately it could just hurt competition. Now, here's a specific example of this kind of thing being applied. The Online Safety Act requires companies to protect users and moderate servers on products they operate. So,
sounds like my play government back in the day.
To the public, do they also cede responsibility for Online Security Act compliance? That's the kind of question that we end up dealing with here when it's actually all getting into the
asking
law.
For 2 days classes and 5 days weekend.
Where ultimately the line we
those are good arguments. I would elect you for that.
To see be taken is just protecting the consumer by just ensuring that they actually have information before they make a purchase. For more examples, they note that even in the CD and cartridge era, you had a license to play, not ownership, and that is not changing.
A number of members have made points around ownership, and I think it is important.
I've actually heard that places that have done places that have done 4-day work week, 3-day weekends have actually seen pretty promising results from that. Now, it's going to, of course, depend on what kind of a business, because some businesses really do need to be open most of the time. Like running a 7-Eleven 4 days a week wouldn't work very well. But for a lot of creative studios or things where the results are more abstract, there is a limit to where you just don't get better results if you make people work longer And in a lot of cases, you know, you can't even add more people to the things. You know, it's like if it's going to take a dev 20 hours to fix to perform a task, that doesn't mean you can have 20 devs do it in 1 hour, obviously, as you know, anyone who's done that work would know.
To note that games have always been licensed to consumers rather than sold outright. In the 1980s, tearing the wrapping on a box to a games cartridge was the way in which gamers agreed to licensing terms. Today, this happens when we clicked accept when buying a game on a digital storefront.
But where I think we have seen progress is them acknowledging games playable offline being different from games which are just killed whenever servers switch off.
That's great. That's huge.
Now, they say they're not going to ban companies from making online-only games because they say that's a, quote, legitimate practice.
Oh, yeah, no, of course not.
They are not going to stand for consumers feeling cheated. Quote, it is essential that consumers understand what they are paying for. And this is where the existing law does actually still matter here. And that's because even when games fail or are pulled from sale, the companies actually still do have obligations towards customers. So,
well, imagine that.
There will be no new legislation from this petition, but they have engaged with the Chartered Trading Standards Institute. Now, they're an important bunch because they provide operational guidance on consumer law, and they're now developing clear standards for game sales. That would mean that any potential customer would be absolutely clear on what they were buying, and I suppose importantly, on what they are not buying. And of course, what their rights would be if what they've been sold ends up not being delivered. Now, this is a small change compared to new legislative action, but it is actually a new arrow in your arsenal for dealing with these problems. And that does mean it is serious progress. Here's the key takeaway. It all comes down to the petition-specific wording. There is a clause that says, with no date provided at sale. And that clause is why this is getting considered.
Let's see. Closed petition, prohibit publishers irrevocably disabling video games prohibiting publishers irrevocably disabling video games they have already sold. Okay. The government should update consumer law to prohibit publishers from disabling video games and related game assets features they have already sold without recourse for customers to retain or repair them. We seek this as a statutory consumer right. More details. Most video games sold can work indefinitely, but some have design elements that render the product non-functional at a time which the publisher controls, with no date provided at sale. Okay, that I see now. I see the significance of that. Yeah, right, of course. I mean, of course, not everything lasts forever, but right, when you bought New World, you know, the box price New World, that MMO by the Amazon Game Studio that is now basically all but dead. It's running in maintenance mode, probably to avoid legal issues like this. Yeah, right. It's like in terms of the way the court and the way the laws work, this is a big detail. If they said this game will exist for 2 years and then will be shut down, they'd probably be allowed to do that. Now, that would probably negatively impact their sales, but yeah, no, this is a very if this has been ironed out properly and has been like this could be very key, even though they're being careful to not basically make games required to do an extended maintenance mode. Because I think the reality is, it's like if say Blizzard as a company shuts down, we don't necessarily give a fuck about them running their servers beyond that point. I mean, some people do, I don't. But really the issue is just that we don't want them to, you don't want them to be able to close down private servers and stuff in bad faith. Now, should a private server like Ascension be legally allowed to operate while Blizzard is also offering competing products? That's kind of a whole different can of worms, because some people would argue that things like WoW have almost effectively become an operating system that other people fork, and I certainly like the results of it, but if I wanted to, I would have a hard time arguing it in good faith from a principled standpoint, considering the way the law works, though. So, yeah, I guess we'll just have to see how stuff like that unfolds.
Anti-consumer practice, and that's why the UK government is comfortable sending this to consumer rights bodies to manage. at least for now. Because if it's clear at point of sale that games require external servers to function, then consumers can make informed choices. And in a perfect world, this would hold developers and publishers to clear standards. Standards that can be challenged by consumers who feel shortchanged, which is important. So it is not new legislation. It is not a sweeping EU review that's going to engage with all parties and truly change everything, but it will be enforceable when it comes through. And that actually matters. It means that companies that fail to appropriately protect their consumers could be held accountable. So, to the 189,877 people who signed that petition, great job. It's not the biggest win in the universe, but it is a win. You actually did have an impact. And who knows, as the months and years roll on, perhaps what's happened here today will be key in some legal challenge against some publisher that could actually start to change things. So well done to you guys. Do you know what? After a big, chunky, detailed Aiden story like this, I think we can all do with a bit of a palate cleanser. And for that, you should check out what's going on with Arc Raiders in this video next.
Okay. Let's see. I'll go ahead and drop that link into chat. But anyway, I believe our buff will have been acquired. But no, that's awesome. I mean, I guess it's kind of uneventful in the sense that okay, is this going to actually work and send it to every platform? Nope. Anyway, there is the link. Okay. All right, so now I've got my big rested. Oh, that's cool. So I've got warm. Oh yeah, by the way, don't forget, if you don't mind PvP, turning on war mode when you're doing open world stuff and questing is just 10% more XP, and I guess new crafting materials to drop from resource nodes. Oh, and okay, only in endgame zone. So if you're not in an endgame zone, it's just XP. But yeah, so it's 10%, 10%, and another 8%. Pretty substantial, honestly. And I believe you can just do that from the spellbook general, like PvE mode, war mode. There's even a cool thing. Check out Mercenary for Hire. You renounce your faction status in war mode or high risk, enabling free-for-all PvP. You become hostile to your own faction and other mercenaries. Mercenaries can only be healed or buffed by other mercenaries while active. Yeah, no, for sure. And the other thing to keep in mind as well is that I believe when you exit open world, now I don't know if this is a bug, I don't know if this is a functional bug, a UI bug, or what the fuck is going on there? The fuck is, huh? Is it, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna get unstuck from this fence. Hold on.
What do you need? We have our duties, adventurer. Duties to the Horde.
The Kolkar are a threat to the Horde's claims in the Barrens. We must reduce the numbers of their troops, and so I have a bounty task for you. While in Kolkar territories, slay their warriors and collect centaur bracers. Return when you have a heap of bracers, and the Horde will reward you well.
The centaurs have plagued the Tauren for years, and recently the Kolkar centaurs of the Barrens have grown into a real threat. Normally they were disorganized in these lands, but new leaders have risen among them, rallying them to preserve our holdings here.
Holy shit. Okay, I'm gonna die. There's no way I'm gonna survive this. This is like a... Because it seemed like everyone was fighting with each other, but no, not quite. Alright, anyway, yeah, we're close. We're really close to our corpse. Oh, also a good thing to realize as well. You don't lose the well-rested, and this you don't lose some of these like massive duration buffs when you die. Only things like food or casted buffs, etc. Because that would be pretty obnoxious if you had to go redo all of that. Then it would just kind of make people not willing to take risks and such. I don't remember seeing this quest occurring like this though. Like I don't remember seeing this conflict. Okay. But I would need to fight near enough to people. Also, wait, hang on, what spec am I in right now? I'm in Feral. Okay, good. That's what I would want. Predatory strikes. Okay, well I do need that to be maxed out for level 30. Now I wonder though, is it possible to... It seems like too many of them are like chain aggroed off of each other. And there's not enough NPCs to fight with to not just get slapped. Let me get my energy though. Maybe I can burst one of these nerds. Wait, what the hell is this? Oh. Okay, well that makes more sense now. But okay. That makes sense that it's like an event thingy. But yeah, Predator's swiftness and clear casting can be pretty damn good. Okay, Predator swiftness. Oh, right, because I used something else. Okay. Anyway. I think somewhere over here, there's that NPC I'm looking for. Amongst the lions. There should be one that... Oh, here we go. Crazed Druid. Oh, wait. He's 24 plus. Okay, so he's an elite. Okay. I'm just gonna pull him like that because I can't. I don't want to fight. Okay, we'll see if we can do this. Oh my god, he does so much damage. Okay. Yeah, that's the problem with fighting elites. Here, you need to get out, Mooncake? Okay. Oh, you would need to visit a cooking trainer. Different cooks have different options available. Hang on, can I don't know what the topography is like. Can I get around that mountain? Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. What I was gonna say though, if you see someone that has Book of Artisans, part of the problem is my feral gear is also very, like, some of it's very weak and lower leveled. Like the damage that I can put out isn't too bad, given that you have a lot of options for that. However, the actual defensive stuff is certainly not as easy to manage. I wonder if I want to wear my resto gear. I guess I can try Nature's Grasping him and making distance. I don't know if he'd be able to. I mean, he's named as a druid. I don't know if he'll be able to shapeshift or not and remove roots. Oh, but if he's a beast, I should also be able to hibernate him. I mean, I was expecting to start healing, but he did a fuckload of damage. Even more, you know, even quicker than I would have expected. Anyway, I'll kill the other lion as well for good measure, and I'll make sure I go into that fight very healthy. 21 seconds, 15 seconds, okay. But I mean, that makes sense. This guy has a powerful reward. Wait, does this one only do... Yeah, 4% health and mana? I feel like that's absolutely not doing anything for my mana. Oh, there we go. Maybe you need to click twice to use 2 at once. Okay. Okay, so I probably need that thing to respawn. Unless it rotates somewhere else? Well, let me check around. Was it called Crazed Druid? Oh, there he is, okay. There we go, I accidentally hit a print screen thing. Okay. Okay, okay, we'll have to see if this will be possible or not. Okay, nice. We were just able to do it. Okay. Oh, wait. Mystic Scroll, Predator's Wrath, Focus. Oh, wait, is this different? And he's also a humanoid, not a beast, so I would have not been able to sleep him. That's good to know. Interesting, okay. So I wonder if they can drop different things. I thought he was supposed to drop the legendary, but maybe that's not it. Maybe that's in a different spot now. Well, I'll have to see. But the other thing too is I actually wanted the energy as well. Oh, I also didn't really have to use any big cooldown, so I guess when he comes back in, I can try killing him again and see if he has... I mean, there's multiple options within that specific pool of loot. Or sorry, there's multiple options for Predator's Wrath. So maybe that's how it works. But yeah, the whole clear casting on kill thing is such an insane amount of utility when leveling. Now it'll be really nice when I have Feral Charge, so then I can like jump behind an enemy like that otherwise wouldn't be able to be reached. Am I not behind my target? Okay. Yeah, so getting that predator's swiftness thing, that is really what, when I have the legendary thing, that's when I'll be able to cast Wrath from cat form. Okay. Okay, so he does... Interesting, I wonder if that was changed then. Unless it's just a chance to drop or whatnot. Well, we can ask in the newcomers channel. Oh, fuck. Okay. That's just a regular tiger. We can take a regular lion. We can take this one. Oh, sorry, what I was going to say earlier, Fred, if you see someone with one of these purple books, they can teach you any profession stuff, just like one of these yellow books or similar will teach you the skills from leveling up. Otherwise, you would have to find the right profession trainer. Because they are, like, for example, like an artisan in like original vanilla WoW, finding like an artisan level trainer might be like a genuine little excursion out into the wilderness. The book will not teach you any specific, I don't think the book will teach you like any specific rare recipes or anything like that, though. I think it's just a generic level up stuff to not have to chase that all down. Okay. So let me see. Mystic Enchant. Is the monoregen Mystic used on your healer a generic one? Generic in the sense of, I mean, if you're playing a Druid, yes, you could use this, but Mystic Enchants are all per class specifically. Now, there will be monoregen. Every class is going to have some form of a monoregen for sure, but it would be different than what I was using. Oh, let me also grab that Discord link before I forget it. That dude invited me to a Discord about unofficial Reborn collection compendium. Okay. And here, if anyone else wants that Discord server, there you go. All right, let's see. Complete the hard challenge from Ilariel. Okay. Predator's Wrath focus. Predator's Wrath combo. Okay, so that hard difficulty challenge, I'll definitely need an ally for that. I know what that is. Okay, but anyway, I just wanted to see, so I'm not looking for I'm not trying to like farm something here effectively. Okay. So I guess in that case, I should actually go over to Splinter Tree. There would actually be a good reason to go there. Because I got quests to do over there too. Oh, it does. I thought maybe this banner would start that battle that was here earlier. Anyway. Okay. I'm gonna untrack these. Clear up the screen a little bit. Oh, here we go. This is where we can do that specific quest anyway. You know what? Hang on. Let's see while we're in stealth. Oh, I touched the fire, I see. Yeah, the feral with clear casting has such a nice flow of like going from mob to mob. And it'll only get better once I get Ferocious Bite. Like right now I only have a bleed finisher move, and that just doesn't really make sense to use when you're bursting down a mob that hard anyway. Alright, I figure if I'm going to do this quest, I should go over to where the... It doesn't say to do this, but... If I have to get the head of a centaur leader, he's probably going to be surrounded by ads anyway, so I might as well farm the materials. There he is. He's not an elite. Okay, good. Absolutely destroyed. I guess if I have the combo points, I might as well... Yeah, I was gonna say, I bet that guy's about to die from my bleed. Nice. And to figure out how I want to keybind that for being in animal forms without having to dedicate a button to it on every bar. Oh yeah, and I guess if you want a big chunk of heals, Predator Swiftness Healing Touch is not a bad option either. Okay. So we gotta get the Centaur Bracers. There's two of them? What the fuck? Sounds like underground. Yeah, Predator's Swiftness Healing Touch is huge. That's awesome. Okay, who's got bracers? Oh, there's a totem there. Interesting. Okay, that one wasn't wearing bracers. Mystic Scroll Crackling Flames. Oh, I see. Yeah, they're the one guarding that. Okay. So what was that one then? Casting lightning bolt, chain lightning, or any shock spell reduces the current cooldown of Fire Nova by 1 second. It also increases the damage of your next Fire Nova by 15% and reduces its cost by 15%. Last 10 seconds, stacks 5 times. Okay, that's pretty substantial. I don't really usually play Shaman though, because it always feels so similar to Druid, just in a different way. I mean, I have played a Shaman in the past before though. Oh. And what might this be? Oh, here we go. This is where you get Nature's Abundance, the exact one I've been using.
Looking for something special?
Alright. Well, any druids? I was gonna say, I wish I could remember where I got that one, but if you are a druid, the little oasis, the Forgotten Pools to the northwest of Crossroads, there it is. They're just out in the world like that, ready to be discovered. But I mean, yeah, it's like if you look at the ones you don't have and you go, oh shit, I really need that one. I think it's a worthwhile idea to... I don't know how you would be... I don't know how you'd be supposed to totally discover that completely organically, if that makes sense. But other than that, you pretty much just explore and play the game like it's a real video game.
Blood and nicely done. I'm sure you've struck fear into the surviving centaurs, adventurer. If they have sense, they'll now calm themselves and stop their advances. But I don't think they will, and that is unfortunate. Unfortunate for them.
Well done, adventurer. The centaur are low, brutish creatures, but a few have the wit and vision to lead, and those are the most dangerous. Barak was such a centaur. It is good that he is
Barak.
dead.
The centaur Verog the Dervish wanders the barrens and will be difficult to find, but he is based at the centaur command tent at the stagnant oasis to the southeast. It may be possible to draw him to you. Travel to the stagnant oasis to the southeast and attack centaur near the command tent. It will be dangerous, but if you can kill enough centaur, then they should raise an alarm, and Verog will come. Bring me his head, and I will place it with Barak Kodobanes.
I wonder if you can configure, let's see, map, smaller world map, map opacity when moving. Yeah, I guess not. What I was hoping that, I like the map fading while moving when you're on the big map mode. I don't feel like I need it to fade out in this mode. But I guess it's not terrible. I mean, I'd rather preserve the fading than remove it entirely. And actually, I think I do want that up there. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. All right. Well, now we just relax and make our way up to the whatchamacall. That is a good message. If you're experiencing FPS issues or lag, third-party add-ons are the primary cause of these issues. Yeah, like even ElvUI that I'm using, they have like these 3D portrait thingies that are totally unnecessary, even though they look cool. What the fuck? I died and can't move? Yeah, dude, your legs are dead too. I wonder if I can cut Ashenvale trees now. Nope, those are still red to me. Okay. I would have had to cut trees in the Barrens, probably. Yeah, okay, 75. I wonder... Okay, you need to be level, wood cutting 100 to cut those trees. Okay. Fair enough. I wonder if that guy drops anything, but I should probably get a quest if I wanna be fighting shit. Oh, perfect. There's another quest here too.
Loktar. Hey, adventurer, come here. My raiders and I are about to attack the Silverwing outpost to the west. Our target is its leader, Duriel Moonfire. Scouts report the outpost is defended heavily with sentinels and warriors. The battle will be glorious. Do you want to share in the glory, adventurer, and aid us? If so, then when it's over, you can report our success to my superior, Ertog Ragatus in Splinter Tree. What do you say? Are you with us?
This is so Warcraft. We're rolling in with a little squadron of orcs to take out some night elves. Okay, also what's this? This is gonna be a Moonfire hits an additional target. Oh, wow. Oh yeah, that's right, my mana was super low. Okay. Well, we did it, right?
Strength and honor.
And did we manage to loot that thing before shit got silly? I don't think so. Let me make sure I go get that. Oh no, I did. Okay. Alright, Moonfire hits an additional target and grants 3% haste for 18 seconds, stacking twice. That's pretty cool. I mean, you could get use out of that on a healer druid too, but you'd realistically have better options then at that point. back. Nature called. Hey, welcome back. Welcome back.
Tazdingle.
Mirth, mayhem, the usual. Let's see. Well, look at that. Ran into random people that are doing stuff. Let's see. It is. I can link what it is. Treasure Keeper. Okay, look at that. Getting some nice little organic MMO. See, this is the other thing. In other MMOs, I just haven't found that people are this... Like, people just don't seem to group up and chat and stuff. And maybe, I mean, I guess I could imagine that would happen a lot in, say, RuneScape, if I had to guess. But a lot of modern MMOs are just so streamlined that people seem to be allergic to interacting at all. Oh, there's that motherfucker Varison coming to ruin newcomers chat. Reason I get so annoyed at that guy is because it's like, I get that people that, you know, he's technically doing his job as a staff because people are off topic in the newcomers chat, but at the same time the reality is that that's just how people use hold on a sec. The reality is that that's just how people use the chat channel. and it seems like, oh my god. Oh, okay, never mind. I thought that was a skull because it was like a high level and I'm fucked, but no, never mind. Strength and agility reduced by 29? What a terrible poison. Okay, so it should be over here. But anyway, what I was going to say, so the default client look, the newcomer's chat is also in a cyan blue color, like I've set the chat over here. So it visually stands out. It's a global chat channel that's used by everybody on both sides of the factions. And the other thing is the Ascension one, this /1, the Ascension chat channel, it's used constantly for like guild and LFG, so it's like it's not really realistic to have a chat channel there. I've said multiple times they should just create a general chat that is accurately labeled and accurate and actually global, and then just, you know, let it be. Because I mean I have sympathy for the fact that they're trying to moderate stuff, but there's also a very real element of consensus about just looking at what occurs. That giant spider, what the hell, man? Oh, the lurkers, I see. Sweet, thank you. Holy shit. In the forest, you must wait until you roll a 5 or an 8. Yeah, that's a level. That's a big dude. 8k HP in vanilla WoW. That's a lot. All right, so let me see if I can figure out. Let me alt tab quick and figure out where this person is. It should be up north on this hill. Okay. And are we on this hill? Hang on. It should be... Okay. Okay, gonna alt tab, see what this says. Yeah, I don't know if we can get to it from outside of the road. Because let's see, it would be up over here. I remember Pony mentioning something about this. Let's see, the guy was circling up here. Okay. Those invisible spiders are such assholes. Okay, so...
I am honored. Good luck, friend.
There we go. This is the big bear. Bear! Big bear! I didn't get one that time. Oh, okay.
What brings you here?
I didn't get it again. I set myself to pass. Oops, I was doing the classic 1-2-1-2 in chat. Yeah, we might as well. Okay, I for sure didn't get it. I just wanted to make sure. Okay. I assume these will all grant something. Okay, hang on. I'll set loot to,
How may I help?
Well, this is a fun little adventure. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna join this merry band of misfits here. 2 druids and a mage. Sounds like a sounds like a fucked up genre on X videos. But hey, no, this kind of stuff is great. This is what reminds me of playing WoW back in the original days of, you know, the early era of WoW, just playing the game, running into people in the wild, doing stuff. So yeah, now when I hit level 30, oh, I leveled up too. I didn't even notice that. Sweet. Let's see. Oops, we're going. Oh, my latency is higher. Okay, I was like, I feel laggy, but not too unreasonably so. Yeah, this is a good quest. I remember this quest. I caught vanilla at the end, didn't hit max until into BC. Yeah, it's crazy how many people were all like, I wonder if that Sharp Talon guy drops anything. Anyway, if they don't want to do this quest right now, the demon killing quest, I'm not going to worry about it. Playing on an L2 private server at the time.
Look, I just picked up this shredder from Ratchet, and I was on my way back to the Warsong Lumber Camp, where I am supposed to be on duty. I was given a manual on how to operate the shredder, but on the trip back, a huge gust of wind blew it from my hands. The pages went everywhere, and all I was left with was the cover.
Oh, the lost
could
pages.
be just about anywhere by now, I suppose.
This is such a long
but I
quest.
don't know how to use the shredder without them. Will you find them for me?
I forgot about all these Ashen Vale quests.
Makra.
That was a random drop.
Loktar.
All right. Oh, those are plate, if only. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, that was a fun little impromptu group, and that is exactly why it's worth just grouping up with people and sharing quests and getting goals, you know, getting common goals done and all that. It is part of the beauty of the genre. Oops, I missed your message earlier, Fred. Chain aggro is really tough. I hit one target, nearby aggro. Yeah, that can definitely happen. Especially if you're in a cave. But I guess that is just part of the game to navigate all that. But yeah, I mean, I like when I was doing adventure mode where every mob is an elite, I couldn't even do the demon cave in the starting area of Duratar. It was crazy how like careful and sneaky that was making me have to play.
So Torek's attack was successful. Well done, adventurer. Night elves are decent foes. A little skinny, but strong and fierce. I'm sure the battle was something to see. And I hope you gained a scar or two.
This forest can be confusing. Be careful out there.
Okay. So. Yeah, damn, dude, that's awesome. All right, now the question is with Mystic Enchant. Okay, so level 40 is when I was wondering when I get the next part of that, because I really like Ferocious Clarity. 10% damage of Maul, 10% damage of Claw and Mangle on targets afflicted by Rake. Although I suppose it might be worth swapping this one for the other one until later. In the sense that once I have the full, like, using both of those epics with the legendary. Yeah, sure, we'll go here and do this one. Might as well. I'm higher level than you, so I get to see your stealth easier than you can see mine. Oh, what did I just receive? An embossed. Unlocking one random rare or mystic or rare or epic mystic enchant that you have not yet acquired. Okay. Well, we shall see. Sleight of hand. Isn't that for rogue, probably? Anyway, that's how it goes. You're not guaranteed to get what you want or anything like that. All right, I wonder if the Sharp Talon is the name of a creature, or if it's like, is it a named creature? Oh, my inventory is full. That makes sense. I was gonna say, what? Okay. Oh, Sharp Talon's Claw. It does begin a quest. Okay. I was gonna say, no way that thing is not like... Okay. Oh. I've collected the appearance. I'm gonna delete these. The Pilgrim stuff now. Because I have the appearance to transmog it. Okay, there we go. What the fuck? Oh. I wish I could, let's see. That was that person. I was gonna say, that was that same mage I grouped up with earlier. They just lent me a little assist there as they saw me fighting the big bear, or the big hippogriff. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else you're supposed to do with them other than just use it and see what you get. Oh shit, that person would fucking murder me. Well, actually, maybe it's not worth it because I think that, would that be a dishonorable? No, not dishonorable, but I don't think I wouldn't be an honorable kill to them is the thing. They have to be like within level range or something like that. Yeah, I don't have, what is it? Is it hunters? I think hunters can track humanoid or track stealth or something. But yeah, that's the thing about having to do quests. If you have to grind mobs in an area where they're invisible, it's like, okay, well, we'll just explore around, see what we find. Okay, so he's killing undeads. I'm not fucking with that guy. He's a question mark to me. Oh, the satyr horns wouldn't be a bad thing to do. Although I could do the demon quest as well. What level is this one for? 30? Okay. Oh, what is this here? Sage... Oh, it's a school of sagefish. Okay. I don't need to grab extra loot right now. I can just chill on that. Okay, yeah, so these guys are basically exactly my level. Diabolical plans? What the fuck? Okay. I guess I'll eat this watermelon. There we go. My quest log is full, my inventory's full. God damn it, I'm a mess. Okay, I have to prepare cranberry chutney. I guess I don't want to delete that one. Oh, hold on. Do I have any... Okay, I'm gonna delete these dungeon quests because those I grabbed from my Wonder Ball anyway. Mana Rock Lasher. I don't even see any of those. Oh, that's probably that would be a succubus, I believe. Didn't I just pick this quest up? Okay, yeah. Oh, and I can learn this quest too, nice. Or that cooking thing rather. Okay. Also, what are we doing here? We can get rid of that mushroom. Okay, for whatever reason, spice bread stuffing is only food, whereas the cranberries are food and mana. Okay. Can't carry any more of those. Okay, cool. That's good to know. This single shields adds 158 armor. Oh yeah, no, shields are a big deal. They can kind of be like what makes you a tank or not. Uh-oh. Yeah, so that was some major lag. I haven't seen too much of that though. Oh boy. I would be definitely killable for them. Although maybe they're not in war mode. Oh, what's this shit? Fell infused fragment. This is gonna be a warlock mystic enchant. Unless it's an world forged item. And it's a world forged item. So what is that? Intellect spell power. Oh shit, that's a good ass ring. 6 int, 6 spell power at level 29. That's going in the resto set. I don't remember these guys hitting that hard, but like the other thing too is if you remember back to when I was watching that or no, I guess I linked it in Discord off stream. That whole let's see. Oh, there's a Mana Rock Lasher. What is it? The RPG thing where basically like where you know, creatures behave differently. They're not all just homogenized mobs with relatively the same effect. So like as a cat druid, oh, Glyph of Corruption. Your corruption spells a 4. Oh shit, so it gives you Shadow Trance. Okay, so it's like a extra version of Nightfall. All right, well, I will keep that in mind. Oh, that's why, because I'm getting the pages of the Shredder too. Those shits always take... This quest is just like... Basically just fucks your inventory. Now, is this realm bound? So I can mail that to my warlock. Okay. Let's see, what about my collection? Okay, so I can delete it and it's still in my collection. When you have it as a scroll, you can apply it anywhere in the world is the thing. But yeah, you don't need to worry about holding on to that. Let's see, Crackling Flames, do I have that? Yeah, okay, I just got that one and I have it there, so for sure that's how it works. Okay. Alright, well in that case, I'm gonna delete the ones that I'm not... Let's see. Moonfire hits an additional target and grants 3% haste. I might use that. Okay, like Nature's Abundance. I already have that. I'm not going to put that in another set, so I can free up the inventory slot. These I'm about to use. Okay. Wait, Nightfall? Oh, okay. So that's how you get Nightfall if you're playing Demon or Destruction. Because yeah, some of the talents are what they call like a cross tree thingy. Also, hold on. This is a better ring. Oh. Forest Keeper's shirt. Yeah, I guess that looks cool. Instead of the red shirt. Strength, agility, stam, and hit attack power. Alright, we'll do that too. It's so cool that you can actually find gear that's like just good. Alright, so then the other thing too is, okay, in the resto set, we need to add that ring. 2 stam, 5 spirit, 3 stam, 5 spirit. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, and also if you have this checked, now you might, there's a time where you don't want it checked because it'll send shit back to your bank that you didn't want it to. But yeah, it's like now I just have gear sets sorted. Hey Reihaku, did I turn off the smart features in my Gmail? It goes through all your emails and messages to train its AI. Oh no, I explicitly turned that on so it knows exactly all of the hentai websites I have an account for. I want Google to know. But no, but yeah, no, what Reihaku is saying isn't a joke. So if someone does use Gmail and you don't want your stuff to be anonymously used to train AI, that is a setting you would want to toggle off. Share the sauce. The reality is you just need to find one of here's what you really need to do. Make sure the website you're using doesn't have a stick up their ass about AI. Because the AI art in the category of Rule 34 utterly shits on everything that came before it. Like if you remember way back in the days of being a teenager, and you're trying to find a specific character or franchise or something, and then it would be like, okay, an image exists, but it's low quality and not interesting. You don't really have to like go by quality anymore, because every bit of every quality everywhere is just so high now. That's evil. It should be something to toggle on, not off. Morally, yes. Totally agree. But if I were Google, I would absolutely do the same thing. I think the only time where I would be opposed to that is if it's not an optional, if it's not a reasonably optional service, like I'm trying to think of how, like if something that, you know, it's like if they're collecting your, it's like something like Gmail or any other Google service, you're pretty much intentionally signing up for that. If it's like your doctor's office that has your phone number and personal information is like selling anonymous information to third parties. Now, doctor's offices in America at least can't do that. They have pretty strict laws about health stuff, but I guess any other similar category, that I'm not a fan of, because it feels like you're not actually, like, you've already engaged with the service elsewise and or paid for it or whatever. But yeah, to, like, you know, for free services and stuff like that, I really would just, I would absolutely do that. Now, that being said, it should be reasonable and easy to disable. But I'm just being well aware of the fact that, like, the difference in numbers... Oh, motherfuck. Well, this got real hairy here. Okay, never mind. We were able to handle them. We're a big druid bear. Monument to Grom Hellscream. I'm surprised there's not a World Forged thingy on it. Maybe that's too obvious. Where the hell are the succubi? There's one, okay. But I need to make sure I'm not in combat with two searing infernals at the same time. There we go. I was like, how long is this motherfucker gonna be leashed to me? Ooh, my spirit of sharing is just about to end. Oh my god, it's already 9 p.m. Where the hell are the rest of these? So it says they could be all the way up here. I don't know if there's... I don't know if the demons are random or they're kind of in certain spots. Oh, there's one, okay. One more is all we need. Just one more. We're looking for the hot demons. Just need one more of them. Only one. We're not being greedy here. But we do need that one. I keep forgetting I don't have Furor and I have to actually charge up energy. But yeah, the extra HP, defense, and like the hard hits these guys do, that's no joke. Let's see, agility, haste, agility, attack power, haste. Problem is that's it's more armor. Okay. Wonder what quests these are for. Attack power, crit strike, expertise. I'll just delete that stack of pie and then this moonberry juice. There we go. Alright, so that belt, let's see, 18 attack power. How much melee attack power do I have? 301. If I swap to this, 291. Okay, I thought so, because 18 attack power is pretty decent on a belt. But yeah, it is nice to just find gear that's actually good. Or, well... Let's see, agility, attack power, haste. Attack power, crit strike, expertise, attack power. Yeah, I guess I'd rather keep that. Where the fuck is a demon that, though? I need one more demon. Just one of these stupid demon succubi. Glad you got it taken care of there, Fred. There's one of these stupid bitches. Alright. Oh, fuck, but there's all these demon dogs running around. And you'd think they would be good at smelling stealth, but I guess not. Are they gonna run back, I bet? Yeah, they are. Okay. Where dicks meet. That's funny. I probably will at some point, but I guess it depends if the game dies or not. Because for the time being, if I played it, like if I went to play it today, I would just be like, man, I really want to play WoW. But it looks good, and Donuts was saying he was having fun with it. Where winds meet, that is, for anyone who is who's unaware. There's not actually a game called Where Dicks Meet. So hang on, the lost pages, I don't know if those are around different locations. Oh yeah, I see. They are. Oh, and they'll be over there too. Cool. All right. Nice. So we can actually be very efficient here. Spent, what is it? Just what Blade and Soul players are fantasizing back in its teaser days. Oh, I see. Spent 3 hours making my character, played for 45 minutes, uninstalled. What was it about it that you didn't like? Just didn't really, just kind of like, I mean, it looks fine, but it also just looks like a relatively generic action game. I feel like the real value from it would come from if it has good multiplayer stuff. Otherwise, I think there's probably more impressive action games to play, especially for people that are going to be predominantly playing like a single player, playing it as if it were single player, more or less. Information UI system overload. Oh, is it not running well either? Well, that makes sense for sure. Did you guys see the trailers for the Xbox event? The game thing? I linked one of the trailers of one of the games in general chat and Discord the other night, and I was just blown away at how impressively cinematic it all was. Where the fuck? I just heard the stealth sound. This quest is so fucking lame. Having to look for stealth. Gotta look for goddamn invisible elves in the woods. Who wrote this bullshit? Oh yeah, the one that people were calling a furry game that, I mean, definitely isn't a furry game because the creatures are just like, you know, Peppy and Slippy and Fox. They're not, they're anthropomorphic, but they're not pornographic at all. I think Asmongold said it best. Like, when you see a furry game, you'll know it. You'll know that it is. Like, I think, what is it, Wild Arms, that I want to say it was a Chinese-made third-person shooter where everyone was animals, but like they had that ridiculously curvy rabbit and cat girl with jiggle physics. That's a furry game. There that motherfucker is. And they have a poison that reduces your strength and agility by 28. That drops like 100 attack power off of me. This whole quest is absolute AIDS. But I only need to kill 4 more, so I might as well. Yeah. That's the one I was talking about that was super cinematic. Now, it's hard to say whether or not the game will be worth playing, and, you know, will it be worth being in the driver's seat of that game? I don't know. But like for a stream game, I'm very much looking forward to the potential of that one. The player showing it off was impressive, but the fight seems too scripted. Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I could easily see that just not really being nearly as good of a game as it is like an impressive one-time cinematic experience. And that's kind of what I mean. Like Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance and Bayonetta still has people replaying it and recommending it. The game, I forgot what it is, but yeah, the Chinese Final Fantasy 16 like game, more or less. That game could easily be, you've seen it once and you don't even need to play it. You could just watch it on YouTube and you'll get all the value out of it. I could easily see that being the case. But what really but yeah, between, like, I liked the trailer itself, and also the fact that the trailer was basically just gameplay at a high skill level. And relatively immediately to the gameplay, and also the gameplay itself didn't involve a lot of like they weren't constantly doing smash cuts to, like, you know, they just let the fight play out. They weren't cutting and fast forwarding and changing camera angles and doing it in multiple takes. Like, it was very impressive in some regards there. But that's what I mean, rather than saying it's for sure going to be a 10 out of 10 game. I never played Final Fantasy 16 yet. I probably will at some point. There we go. All right. Let's see, 9 to 12. All right, so I have page 4, 3, and 12. Is Time Stranger then? Is that the game we're talking about? Stay away. Fuck. That's right. I need to visit a vendor before I try to turn in a quest. Actually, hold on. Maybe I can just delete something low value. This broken arrow. And like, what, this cracked bill? Okay. Oh, I see. Digimon Time Stranger when it goes on sale. I misinterpreted that, but I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, hey. I have not seen much about that game at all, but I heard good things, and that's also ideal. It's not like a game I've watched like a full playthrough of, and you know, wouldn't have the potential interest in playing it.
Closely, but the call comes from deep within you. It comes from deep within all of us. Most impressive, adventurer. The claw of Sharp Talon could not have been easy to get. The Ashenvale hunt goes well for you. Sharp Talon had long terrorized the
Sharp Talon. Sharp Talon?
As they tried to travel here to Splinter Tree Post. No doubt, once the word gets out that it was you who put down the beast, many rousing songs of your bravery will be heard at campfires and lumber mills across Ashenvale.
All right. We are very much yeah, one more, dude, like, we're so close. Level 30 is gonna be so nice. We're gonna pop in Predator's Wrath, Wrathful Strikes. So whenever we get Predator's Wrath, which is 20% chance per combo point, so 80% with 4, 100% with 5, then we get to pop a Wrath. And then we have Casting Wrath awards 2 combo points, as well as Casting Wrath restores 15 energy. So I'm going to do a cat form finishing move, follow it up with a big burst of nature damage that scales with my attack power. That big burst, that's going to be free and instant. It's going to give me energy and 2 more combo points. Like, how delicious is that? Yeah, I don't like that cunt, Varison. He's a real bitch. He's the one who muted me because I called him gay, which is kind of deserved, but like I was also completely right in everything else I was saying about how no matter what they label the chat, they need to be realistic about the observed behavior and the fact that everyone predominantly enjoys using it as a global chat channel. So it is said, I wish there was a functional global chat that wasn't full of LFG spam. Fair for this not to be the place, but it's so moronic of the staff to not witness the sheer consensus here. And look, people agreeing immediately. Oh, look at that. That was a dude as well. Realistically, the only people that don't want the chat to be like this are the people upset that their social ideology has failed. Nah. Yep, okay, I got timed out again, of course. Yeah, it's this guy Varison, he is the biggest bitch of the entire staff. Okay, so yeah, it's just global chat channels that you can't use. I remember Donut saying he got timed out from the same guy for talking shit about France or something. Your mom calls you homophobic slurs at work every day because she doesn't like my dancing. See? Based mom. And based you for doing it anyway. That's the way the world is supposed to work. Someone voices their opinion, and you can go, nope, your opinion's gay, and keep doing what you want to do anyway. It's only the people that just can't stand the fact that the other person is allowed to speak and they have no say in the matter. Well, now see, of course, if you actually were gay, that would be pretty harsh to be getting from your own mom. It's like the whole concept of calling people retarded. You know, I call the mod Varison in this game retarded, but like if he were actually, you know, physically or mentally deformed, I'd be using a different word for that, and that wouldn't even be what I'm, you know, that wouldn't even be what I'm criticizing, right? And the reality is everyone knows this too. It's not a mystery. It's just intellectual dishonesty and feigned ignorance. Oh yeah, and that's the other thing, right? So you can't use the global chat channel that's full of LFG spam. You can't use that one either if you get timed out of newcomers. Seems like it's around this time. Oh, you know what? I wonder if that was why Donuts got banned by that guy too. He might be... Maybe the guy is just French. Well, that's the other thing too, Reihaku. If you remember back during like the height of woke nonsense, when people started saying, like, complaining about blind playthrough, like that terminology was going to potentially be not allowed on Twitch. And it's like, dude, what? No one's even asking for this. Like, it's only bored Karens that have perfectly functional vision that bitch about that. Like, actual blind people are like, hi, vision impaired or blind person here, please do not do this. We're not asking for this. We don't care. And it's just going to upset people and make us targets for their criticism. And I was like, that's a very reasonable take. Dude, that moment damn near fucking activated me right on the spot. Like, cause I mean, I had previously been pretty on board with a lot of leftist stuff, just not the sensitivity side of it. It really was all of that sensitivity and bitching and nonsense. That was really what, you know, put me off of a lot of it. Okay, I'll put this on for now, because it's just a free upgrade. Yeah, no, there was a lot of things that kept pushing, and that's exactly how it works. You hit the ceiling of your tolerance, you hit a point of fatigue, and then you're going to have a backlash effect where you go, you know, where you go further in the other direction than you would have otherwise. Now, a lot of people, you know, they don't want to acknowledge that because they don't like that reality. They don't like the reality that they, you know, made the bed. They made their bed. Now they have to lie in it. But it is what it is. Oh yeah, no, I mean the pendulum swing was happening regardless of what anyone that we personally know would have had to say about it. I mean, that was queued up. I think realistic, and the other thing too to keep in mind, for a lot of people, the way COVID was handled was a huge source of it. Like, I mean, think about it. My mom and her partner, married lesbians that are self-proclaimed feminists, ended up going the other direction in the election. Like, if that's not a fucking sign of things, I don't know what is. But like, they don't use, they're not really on YouTube. They're not on social media. They're not on Twitter at all. For them, it really was just the fact that they like, my mom is really sensitive to various medicines and shit. Like, she was not, she's been on that OG anti-vax train since well before it was political. Oh, really? Well, I hope that works out for her. I mean, it's like, it's a rough, like, that's a, I think it's like there are definitely people on the right of the divide that would just point blank be opposed to my mom's, whether it's, the fact that they're married, because some people are, they don't want the religious angle of marriage in the chain of things like that. But that being said, it does also seem like there's been quite a bit of sentiment on the right of center, where people will say things like LGB, drop the T. They're fine with, they'll say things like, I'm fine with gay people that are sane. And for me personally, I just kind of say it like for me personally, it's like on the individual level, trans people are just people. If they're being a normal person that is fine to be around, that's fine. It's really just the collective ideology and the activism that I have a problem with. Both the topics of what was it? The whole like trans women competing in sports. That was where I firmly got off the train. I was like, this is insane. I know, like, there are women athletes in my family. I have friends who are athletic, and it's just, and the thing is like I was never trained in specific sports or martial arts or anything. And when I would participate in these athletic activities with the female athletes that I know in my personal life, it was just stupid how close I could perform to their level simply by virtue of being a man that was moderately physically fit. And that gap doesn't shrink if we both trained, that gap would not shrink. That gap would astronomically widen. I mean, that's why, like, you have national level women's sports teams for like soccer and stuff. They compete against high school boys teams and get shit on. That's just the reality of nature. But then the other thing that really kind of the thing that really pissed me off was I took certain concepts in good faith. I'm trying to think of exactly how I want to phrase this. Like the idea of like the idea of like oh yeah, right. Like the idea that people just were born that way, right? Kind of like how, people are but basically to deny, the point being that like the people that were denying that grooming was happening at all, and they were just saying this is just how people are, I did end up saying, okay, well, I mean, that's how it is for the gay people I've known in my life. They didn't ask for it. They didn't sign up for it. That's just who they are. And then also, you know, the way things like puberty blockers were described as reversible and harmless, etc. You know, and that people transitioning reduces suicide rates, and people being denied that, you know, is going to guarantee them to go for it. And it's like, I took that to heart, and it turns out that was really so far off from the truth that instead of me just kind of shrugging and going, whatever, you know, this is your guys's can of worms to deal with, I was like, no, you know what, I'm not okay with that. That's insane. So that's really where I draw the divide there on that topic, because I also know people in my, you know, who are just trans and they're completely normal. You don't even think about the fact that, you know, them being trans isn't even something you think about. But yeah, there were also people that I was cool with, that I had never had a problem with, and the very act of me having a different opinion on things, they have decided that I am now a Nazi because of that. And it's like, yeah, with those types, I'm like, well, good luck in life, because it seems like you're going to need it. Fortunately, it does seem like the world is very much returning to sanity on multiple fronts. And I mean, realistically, that's why, I think that really is why some people are just really ramping it up and have been madder than ever. Like I have a cousin who is a turbo lefty, like might even be a, you know, I don't know for sure, because obviously we don't get along very well. But like, you know, would absolutely be one of Hassan's most loyal viewers. I'm not sure if she, you know, even knows what Twitch is or not, but like wouldn't surprise me at all. And it's funny because even when I was relatively in the same camp of you know, as a, like, you know, the same school of thought, the same faction essentially, I was always thinking like, man, she really is obnoxious, and she's going to be the reason, you know, she's going to be part of the reason that the pendulum swings the other way if it does. And that was back at the time where I viewed that as the greater of two evils, as opposed to it being what it is and basically being the salvation of things. But no, I mean, right, like, because of the way things have been going, she has become increasingly obnoxious and is just, the moment anything political comes up, just borderline shuts down and has an episode, because, you know, she's obviously very aware that the way she wants things to be is rapidly declining in favor. By the way, I just saw your whisper, Fred. I missed that earlier, but I added you as a friend.
perfect, adventurer. Thanks for helping me out.
Oh yeah, hang on, I gotta visit a vendor first.
Zug, though we are
Okay.
to make these new lands ours, then we must have places to rest our battle-weary bodies. Lay your axe by the fire and share the stories of your mighty battles.
These are perfect, adventurer. Thanks for helping me out. Oh, and this is for your time.
All right. Oh, nice. Okay. I hadn't claimed that quest.
Loktar.
Okay, well, I think here is where I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. But it was a very successful little session here. Shorter stream than usual. Started a lot later. But I'm almost level 30, which is a nice little chunk of levels for not doing any power leveling or anything. We also got Predator's Wrath, as well as Predator's Wrath combo and Predator's Wrath focus, which is exactly what we wanted to have for our setup. And in one level we get this. Like, that's going to be such a nice upgrade to the flow of combat on Feral. But anyway, I gotta go tend to the cats, get their food taken care of, and go do some cooking. I was gonna make soup last night, but fortunately before I started, the water went out because of a pipe down the road breaking. And it's pretty hard to do much of anything in the kitchen without water, let alone try to make soup. So that didn't happen last night. Almost there. Yeah, so this level 30 talent, this level 30 enchant really becomes build defining. And in a lot of ways, it's very cool because some of the effects were like significantly later in the tree. You know, it would be like something you don't get until level 70 or 80 out of 80, you know? So it's very cool that level 30 is where your character truly pops off in terms of build. Like, for example, on, if you go to only looking at the legendaries, and then we can look at, I don't know, a lot of them I don't know. Hey, Mooncake. Hi, honey. Just wait a second. Windlash. Requires two-handed weapon. Strike your target twice, hitting for 100% each time, plus flat damage. Damage is increased by 25% if your weapon is enchanted with Wind Fury weapon. This basically lets enhancement shamans be properly two-handed again instead of dual wielding, and that lets you hit really chonky two-handed weapon swings. Oh, so this doesn't start until level 10, but at level 10 you get your first talent point. And this side just shows you what level you get abilities. So if you're trying to remember, like, what level do I get this mage ability? You know, you can see it in the school of that tree. But yeah, once you start getting talent essence, you just plug it in and click save. Anyway, I'm gonna go because Mooncake needs attention, and I'm not gonna pull her up on my lap right now, and I'm just about to get going. Whoops. I'm here, but my camera's not. Hey, there we go. But anyway, thanks for hanging out, dudes. We will do this again, hopefully tomorrow. Fingers crossed. I've been hitting streams every day for the last couple of days. Yeah, I don't really know exactly what the schedule for things will be, but I wanted to get back into the swing of streaming almost every day, because that just makes it so much more viable to make progress in games, and also because I want to play there's some longer format single player games I want to play at some point in time, and doing those kinds of games when you're streaming a couple of days a week is just insane. It just doesn't work. Hey, Mooncake, come here. There we go. Funny that she jumps up properly without any issues when she knows I'm not going to pick her up. Here's a kitty. Okay. On that note, though, I'm a bounce now. Peace, dudes.